Alright, buckle up, because we are diving into the abyss of societal divisions, teenage angst, and a whole lot of misplaced heroism. So, we are in some far-off future where people are dumber than a sack of hammers, but somehow think they're brilliant. Society has decided, in its infinite wisdom, that the best way to organize itself is to divide everyone into 5 factions. Not 2, not 3. Nope. 5. Because we need more confusion, right? So, let me break down these factions for you, just to really drive home how asinine this setup is. First, we've got the abnegation. These folks are supposed to be selfless. Yeah, that's right. An entire group of people who are so selfless they make Mother Teresa look like a Kardashian. They wear gray because, why have any fun when you can blend in with a rainy day? They also eat bland food, live in ugly houses, and are basically the wet blanket of the dystopian world. If self-flagellation were an Olympic sport, these guys would have all the gold medals. Then there's the amity. The let's all just get along people. Peace, love, and farming. Nothing says harmony like working your fingers to the bone in the fields while wearing clothes that look like they've been tie-dyed by a preschooler. These are the hippies of the future, minus the good music and free love. Just a bunch of annoyingly cheerful folks who smile so much you want to smack them just to see if they can frown. Next up, candor. These idiots think honesty is the best policy. Like all the time. No white lies, no sugarcoating, just brutal honesty. You know that friend who tells you your new haircut makes you look like a llama on meth? Yeah, that's candor. They wear black and white because apparently they don't understand shades of gray. They're the kind of people who would tell you to your face that you're boring and then wonder why you don't want to hang out with them. Then we've got erudite, the smarty pants of this operation. They're all about knowledge, logic, and looking down on everyone else from their ivory tower. They are like that one kid in school who always raised their hand to remind the teacher she forgot to assign homework. The kind of people who tell you how the molecular structure of your cereal is inferior while you're just trying to eat breakfast. They wear blue because of course blue equals intelligence. They probably think wearing other colors will make their IQ drop. Finally, we have the dauntless. The adrenaline junkies. These are the guys who think it's a great idea to jump off moving trains, climb skyscrapers without safety gear, and engage in all sorts of dumb macho stuff. Because apparently bravery means having a death wish. They are all tatted up, pierced to high heaven, and dressed in black, because why not complete the baddest look with some juvenile fashion choices? So, here's where things get really stupid. When you turn 16, you have to take a test. Not the kind that gets you into college, no. This is a special test that tells you which faction you belong to. Because, clearly, one multiple choice question is enough to define your entire personality. But, here's the kicker, some people don't fit into just one faction. These poor souls are called divergents. And this, my friends, is where our heroine, Triss, comes in. Triss is divergent, which means she's too complex for this black and white world. Or, she's just a normal human with more than one personality trait. But in this dystopian hellscape, that's a big no-no. The powers can't have people thinking for themselves. They need you to fit into your little box, shut up, and color inside the lines. But Triss, oh no, she's not going down without a fight. She decides to join Dauntless because nothing says I'm a complex character like jumping off a building with no parachute. So, Triss is out there, running around with the Dauntless, trying to prove she's brave while simultaneously trying not to get herself killed. She meets this guy named Four, because why bother with real names when you can be a number? Four is tall, dark, and brooding, and of course, Triss falls for him. They have the kind of chemistry that only exists when you're fighting for your life and can't afford to have a real conversation. Meanwhile, the erudite are plotting to take over the world. Because, naturally, the smart people are always the villains in these stories. They concoct this big scheme to mind control the Dauntless and use them as their personal army. But wait, Triss, being Divergent, is immune to the mind control serum. How convenient. So now it's up to her and Four, because it's always up to the teenagers in these stories, to stop the evil erudite from taking over. There's a lot of running, shooting, and general mayhem, and of course Triss saves the day. But not before some heartfelt moments, a few more death-defying stunts, and a whole lot of teenage angst. In the end, Triss realizes that being divergent isn't a curse, it's a gift. Because apparently, the ability to defy societal norms is the ultimate superpower. And that's it. That's the story. A bunch of teenagers running around, defying the system, and somehow managing not to die in the process. It's like someone took The Hunger Games, The Maze Runner, and every other dystopian novel, threw them in a blender, and added a dash of teenage melodrama for flavor. But at least it's entertaining, if you can get past the absurdity of it all. So, there you have it, folks. A world where society is so messed up that dividing people into personality cults seems like a good idea. A heroine who's brave because the plot says she has to be. And a whole lot of action scenes that make you wonder why anyone would ever think jumping off a moving train is a good idea. But then again, in a world this stupid, maybe it's the only way to stay sane.